back with a very funny attorney. Now, as I titled the Facebook Live, is that an oxymoron?
Is that
a funny lawyer?
A funny lawyer.
Or funny-looking lawyer. I know that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm not looking at you, Mark. So I want to get back to this for a moment, if you wouldn't mind. How did you come up with the idea? Because I got a chance to read a little bit of your book. I love the forward of it about you playing Scrabble with your dad and the humor about that in your home domain. But what is the inspiration for the book, if you did what I asked in the first place?
Well, the title is the theme of my life. That, I mean, not an hour goes by where some situation wouldn't have been made considerably easier if the players hadn't just done whatever it is the way I had asked them to do it in the first place. Yeah, and I think that's pretty typical of a lot of people. And, you know, this title, I have 3 other books.
You do?
This one, the title, yeah, I do. The title is really eye-catching, and when I do like craft shows and stuff like that, people will walk across the aisle. I say that all the time.
Yeah,
and it's just universal with particularly middle-aged women, I think. But the book isn't entirely about that. It's just I say it's about nothing in the way that Seinfeld was about nothing. It's a more or less a sitcom with regularly recurring characters. It's just observations and thoughts and kind of generally grouped around a common theme. And you know, you had said before the break that, you know, I'm in court sending people to jail, and then 180 degrees later I'm trying to make people laugh, and that's deliberate.
Right.
That it's difficult to be a lawyer because you spend your days ruining other people's days. Nobody is excited to get a letter from a lawyer. Nobody goes to the mailbox and takes a letter and sees the return address from such and such law firm and goes, yes, there's something good in here. You know,
well, I wouldn't group all
goes,
legal
I'm
letters.
Go see a lawyer. Things are going great. You know, nobody does that, and you just get tired of being in part of all the bad things that happen, and you just want to laugh and make something good happen for a change.
So what do you think, Mark?
Well, so you're obviously a litigator, right?
Yes, I was more so than I am now, but yes.
Okay. So litigators tend to take a side and fight, quote, fight the other side at all costs, right? Represent your client zealously. So I was starting to interrupt you because I was getting really uncomfortable in my chair. And I'm going to say this in a really selfish way, but people enjoy getting letters from my office.
Why is that, Mark?
Because what we do is 180 degrees opposite of what you do. We don't fight.
What do you do?
We facilitate, counsel, and advise surrounding certain life-altering moments. So buying and selling real estate. It's happy. It's a good time. Everyone's working together for the same goal. Doing an estate plan. Right. You're being proactive. You're working forward. You're smiling. You feel good about what you're doing. You're setting up a new business, right? It's exciting. It's entrepreneurial. It's not litigation, right? So any sniff of litigation, my stomach starts to turn, right? And I start to like puke in my throat, and I go, call Ryan, get Ryan on the phone. This thing's going to litigation. I see the issues. I spot the issues, hand it to Ryan. Ryan's got it. And Ryan's built for it. Ryan is a litigator. So people smile when they get letters from us. So I wanted to just clarify, because just like when there's a lot of legal jokes out there, where lawyers get made fun of, and they're funny. Some of the jokes are really funny, and they're truthful for the type of lawyers that they're talking about. But they're not all the same, right? And when people think of a lawyer, I just did a podcast with Jonathan and from MCTV, And you know, for my generation, they think of LA law. All right, we got to meet, and everyone's going to court in different directions, and we're all going to fight, and we're going to drop our gloves, and we're going to, you know, and then we got to change suits before we go down to the bar at Ally McBeal's, because we're going to the bar after work is different than going to court. We got to change suits, you know, and then people watched Ally McBeal or whatever the show is now, and it's not necessarily representative of all types of law. So I've focused my practice on feeling good stuff. You know,
that's nice.